What is up, everybody? Solomon here. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. We have gigantic news once again coming out of Canada. This directly ties into Ripple because we do know that there are use case applications that have been trialed by this organization for RippleNet, for liquidity savings mechanisms. First and foremost, I did want to give a gigantic shout out to Mr. at Mr. on Twitter. He is the one that actually shared this article with me, but after more research, I do want to say this directly ties into RippleNet for liquidity savings mechanisms, and potentially the use case for XRP does exist. Now, Payments Canada is a giant, okay? Payments Canada launches Lynx, Canada's new high-value payment system. Essentially, Payments Canada deals in the entire financial system. It's like the government-run payment system in Canada. So the top achievement for 2020, Payments Canada cleared and settled more than 7.8 billion transactions totaling $107 trillion or $420 billion each business day. Now, Payments Canada provides Canada's national payment system or systems, Lynx. Our high-value payment system lets financial institutions and their customers send large payments securely. And our retail batch payment system is where the vast majority of day-to-day Canadian commerce is cleared by our financial institutions. Talks about the values again. All right. Now, moving forward here, this is the announcement that just came out today. And again, Mr. Thank you, dude. I really, really appreciate it. And there's some more information here that I went out and researched and found. And I'm going to give a huge shout out to Wrath of Kahneman as well, because it looks like he found this stuff a couple weeks earlier and I just hadn't seen it. All right, Payments Canada announces today the launch of the first release of Lynx, and then I'm going to show you a document. That document Wrath of Kahneman found is gigantic that I stumbled across today. Talks directly about a use case for RippleNet for liquidity savings mechanisms through Payments Canada. Canada's new high-value payment system, Lynx, is replacing the large value transfer system, which has served Canada's high-value payment system for over 20 years. Now, I know a lot of the time we talk about high volume, low value for XRP use cases. Lynx right now is for the large value transfer system. This is designated by Canada as a systemically important payment system under the Payment Clearing and Settlement Act. Now, that verbiage really rings clear to me because I've done videos in the past about these systemically important banks and stuff like that through fintech. All right. It will process large value time critical payments, i.e. wire payments with real-time settlement finality, interesting, and will provide enhanced cybersecurity and resiliency capabilities. This is the key here. Lynx has been designed with flexibility to support future technologies, including interfaces and APIs. The payments ecosystem is revolving rapidly. Our role at Payments Canada is supporting the innovation of payments infrastructure and rules to make payments easier, smarter, and safer for all Canadians. Lynx is an integral part of our broader payments modernization initiative to deliver the future of payments for Canada. The launch of Lynx represents a significant collaborative effort between Payments Canada, our member participants, our technology partners, IBM and SIA. You should know SIA from Quant and Ripple integrations, and the Bank of Canada. And then obviously IBM with stellar ties. Canada's economic and financial welfare, et cetera, et cetera. Now, here's the second key thing that I got from this article. The second release of Lynx, planned for late 2022, will introduce the ISO20022 message standard. ISO20022 allows for data-rich payments, which will support the introduction of new products and new services and the digitization of manual and paper-based processes related to invoicing and payment reconciliation. The introduction of the ISO20022 message standard will assist Canadian financial institutions in meeting SWIFT's ISO20022 global requirements. We already talked about what they did. Here's the organizations involved, and then the next document you're going to see directly ties in a use case for RippleNet directly into Payments Canada. There is no arguing it whatsoever. It is a use case that is being looked at least at a minimum, by Payments Canada. High-value payment system or Lynx participants. Some of these certainly should ring a bell because there are Ripple partners in here. ATB Financial, Bank of America, Bank of Canada, Bank of Montreal, Bank of Nova Scotia, BNP Paribas, Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, Central One Credit Union, Quebec Federation Bank, HSBC Bank Canada, ICC, National Bank of Canada. You get the picture, right? All right, now here's this document. This is FNA. Okay, if you're not aware, FNA deals in quite a bit. Obviously, we see here, trusted by the world's leading central banks, financial institutions, and national security organizations such as Payments Canada, Ripple, Finality, Department of the Treasury, Department of Defense, CME Group. And this is right on FNA's main website right here. This document that they released in 2020 using network simulations to design FMIs. This is talking about all these simulations and stress tests. Now, what we really care about here is kind of down here, and we'll go through it in 1 second. All right, multi-year partnership with a use case roadmap. This is example, Payments Canada's partnership with FNA. So it first goes into a multi-year partnership with a use case roadmap with Payments Canada, who we just talked about, with the crazy amounts of money and payments and everything else that they transfer and everything else. Talks about system design, regulatory approval, monitoring and what if, member dashboards, AI and ML. Now, directly below multi-year partnership with a use case roadmap, the first use case that they list is RippleNet for liquidity optimization. Ripple defines liquidity requirements with FNA. Ripple is a real-time gross settlement, FX, and retail remittance system network which relies upon traditional Nostro/Vostro relationships between its members. That is true for Ripple to an extent. We do know that XRP can settle without Nostro and Vostro. That's the whole point, right? In launching a new service, it needed to prepare the market and its members for their day one liquidity requirements. By utilizing transactional data from the Ripple members, identify the necessary liquidity per Ripple member and Ripple Hub and evaluate the impact of liquidity savings mechanisms. Ripple used FNA to simulate the liquidity needs of banks interacting over the network over time. This is interesting here. That made it possible to determine the required liquidity flows within a hub bank to support the projected network volumes and values and to justify the benefits of a new service/network. And we can see Interledger Protocol in here as well. So multi-year partnership with a use case roadmap. Payments Canada. Use case. The first use case, liquidity optimization. Tons of central bankers. This will flow through again here, but 3,127 central bankers have been trained by FNA. 25% reduction in liquidity costs. 358 trillion euros of payments optimized. 740 million data inputs processed again. Now, again, it's just very interesting to me that we see Ripple right here with Finality, Payments Canada, Department of the Treasury, CME, and Department of Defense. Talk about intraday liquidity optimization, payment simulations, supervisory tech, CBDC simulation, augmented targeting. Yeah, just interesting that they're quote-unquote testing this and they're never going to use it, right? Most recently from FNA, they're dealing in reconstructing and stress testing credit networks. If you watch some of the previous videos that I have, we talk about Visa and the use of XRP through Synchrony Bank, etc. All right, now I do have to give a gigantic shout out to Ralph Kahneman just because of the fact that I did not see this. He posted this August 5th and I just didn't see it. I just liked it right now. There's a lot in this deck. The central banking training by FNA uses Ripple as an example of a company using FNA to simulate liquidity needs to launch a new service. What new service? When? ... How cross-border payments are evolving. This is not the first time that Payments Canada has talked about Ripple. They directly mention Ripple along with XRP as a stable coin mechanism, which is a very interesting verbiage that's coming right out of Payments Canada. Now, take this with a grain of salt. This is 2019. You can certainly look this document up on your own. It is there. It is available. Again, shout out to Mr. And then Matthew Liny on Twitter at MATTHEWLINY. Payments Canada. Central bank digital currency, CBDC, and the fundamentals. Now, they directly mention XRP as a utility coin. So they're not mentioning it as a speculative mechanism. They are literally talking about utility coins such as Ripple's XPR, but it's obviously XRP. It's a typo. Although these are primarily targeting cross-border wholesale use cases rather than domestic retail payments. So the writing's pretty much on the wall, ladies and gentlemen, to me at least, that we do see use case applications for something like Payments Canada. We see these other organizations that are very much so tied into the legacy organizations for stress testing capabilities. Right on the main website, trusted by the world's leading central banks, financial institutions, trained over 3,300 central bankers or whatever crazy number it was. Payments Canada, Department of the Treasury, CME, Finality, Ripple, Department of Defense. And that use case to me is very interesting. Liquidity optimization, simulating and modeling new settlement systems through. I think is this CLS? There's CLS in here as well. Yes, CLS is in here. I mean, this document is absolutely crazy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you when I talk to you later.